In recent years, modern agriculture has been going through a dramatic transformation. It is no longer limited to traditional livestock such as chickens, ducks, pigs, or cows. Instead, new and specialized industries have emerged, creating enormous economic value. Within this diverse picture of agriculture, something fascinating has been happening. Small birds, once thought of as creatures that only appeared in village gardens or family courtyards, have now been elevated into an industry worth billions of Vietnamese dong, which is equal to millions of US dollars. Raising quails and pigeons, two practices that used to seem simple and small-scale, have now turned to a completely new page. Thanks to advances in technology, modern farming systems, and the growing demand for clean, highly nutritious food, these tiny birds have become tireless production machines. Every year, billions of quail eggs enter the market, showing up in countless family meals, from simple everyday dishes to high-end restaurant specialties. At the same time, millions of tons of pigeon meat are consumed, serving as a nourishing source of food that is often referred to as golden nutrition in both cuisine and traditional medicine. Looking back, this change is a huge leap forward. In the past, raising quails or pigeons was mostly for household use, or at best, for selling small quantities in local village markets. But today, things are completely different. Farms with tens of thousands of birds, modern assembly line systems, and scientific methods of breeding and care have all turned these seemingly simple practices into a genuine industry. And the big question is, what has made these small birds become such an important part, even a powerful production machine, of modern livestock farming? That is exactly the topic we are going to explore in today's video. Today, quails have become one of the most commonly raised poultry species in the world. In many countries, especially China, Japan, and Vietnam, quail farming is no longer limited to household scale. It has expanded into large farms that produce millions of eggs and thousands of tons of meat every year. In China, quail egg production ranks #1 in the world, serving both domestic markets and exports. In Japan, quail eggs are considered an essential part of everyday cuisine, appearing in everything from bento lunchboxes to high-end dishes. Meanwhile, in Vietnam, quail farming has also been growing strongly, becoming a stable livelihood for both small family farmers and large businesses. The reason quails have been chosen and developed so widely lies in their unique biological characteristics. Quails are small, easy to raise, require little space, and can adapt well to different environmental conditions. Their fast growth and reproductive cycle give them a clear advantage. After only about 35 to 40 days of raising them, which is about 5 to 6 weeks, quails can already start laying eggs. On average, a female quail can produce between 250 and 300 eggs per year, an impressive number compared to other types of poultry. Nutrition is the next factor driving the rising demand for quail eggs and meat. Quail eggs may be small, but they are rich in protein, vitamin A, vitamin B12, iron, and zinc, all essential nutrients for health. Quail meat is tender, flavorful, low in fat, and highly valued in both modern cuisine and traditional medicine. Many studies have shown that quail eggs and meat not only provide an excellent source of energy, but also support brain development, strengthen the immune system, and improve cardiovascular health. Thanks to these advantages, quails are considered highly efficient livestock. They generate large outputs in a short amount of time, require low farming costs, and yet deliver high nutritional value. This is exactly why quail farming continues to expand in scale, from small household operations to industrial farms, meeting the increasing demands of both domestic and international markets. The modern process of raising quails begins right from breed selection and egg incubation. Eggs are placed in high-tech incubators, where temperature and humidity are carefully controlled. Normally, the temperature is maintained steadily at about 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 37.5 degrees Celsius, with humidity kept between 55 and 65%. During the incubation process, eggs are automatically rotated several times a day to ensure the embryos develop evenly. Thanks to this technological support, the hatching success rate can reach 85 to 90%, much higher than manual incubation. After hatching, the chicks need to be sorted to ensure a proper male-to-female ratio. This ratio is usually around 1 male to 4 females, which helps maintain stable reproduction and minimize losses in the flock. Selecting early on plays a critical role because it determines the efficiency of egg and meat production throughout the entire farming process. Quail care techniques focus on 3 main factors: lighting, water, and the housing environment. Artificial lighting is maintained from 14 to 16 hours per day, stimulating hens to lay eggs consistently. Water must always be clean and regularly replaced, because just a few hours without water can significantly reduce egg productivity. The cages need to be disinfected regularly, with ventilated flooring to avoid dampness that can lead to mold and diseases. However, quail farming also carries risks. Diseases are the biggest challenge, often appearing when the stocking density is too high or when sanitation is poor. Sudden temperature changes can also stress the flock, reducing productivity or even causing mass mortality. In addition, overcrowding often leads to pecking and fighting, which reduces both the quantity and quality of eggs. That is why the success of quail farming depends heavily on applying proper care techniques, maintaining a stable rearing environment, and controlling risk factors right from the beginning. Quails usually begin laying eggs at around 6 to 7 weeks of age. This is considered a major advantage compared to many other poultry species because their short reproductive cycle allows farmers to recover their investment quickly. During the first 2 years of life, a female quail can produce an average of 250 to 300 eggs per year. This period is also regarded as their peak productivity stage, before output gradually declines with age. In large-scale industrial farms, the entire egg collection process is organized as a closed production chain. Each day, eggs are collected in shifts, then moved to the processing area. Here, they go through cleaning, disinfection, and size grading. Automated conveyor systems ensure food safety and reduce the risk of damage during transportation. Finally, the eggs are packaged in trays or specialized boxes, ready to be sold on the market or exported. At the same time, quails that do not meet reproductive standards, or those that have passed their peak laying stage, are redirected for meat production. Quail meat is highly nutritious, tender, and easy to cook, which is why it consistently maintains a solid place in the market. This dual operation, harvesting eggs while also making use of meat, allows quail farming to sustain long-term economic efficiency and minimize waste in production. Thanks to this closed-loop system and the ability to maximize every product from the flock, the quail farming industry has proven its sustainability, providing consumers with a stable, safe, and nutrient-rich food source. Pigeons have long been known as a symbol of peace and unity. However, beyond their cultural and spiritual meaning, pigeons also hold an important role in human life. They have become a premium source of food, rich in nutrition and with significant economic value. Pigeon meat, especially that of young birds around 25 to 30 days old, which is about 3 to 4 weeks, is highly regarded for its quality. The meat is tender, aromatic, rich in protein, and packed with essential amino acids, while being easier to digest compared to many other types of poultry. For this reason, pigeon meat has long been featured in many culinary traditions, whether stewed, grilled, roasted, or served in soups and porridges. It is considered suitable for children, the elderly, and people recovering their health. Beyond cuisine, traditional medicine also regards pigeons as a valuable source of nourishment. Many records note that pigeon meat helps strengthen cardiovascular health, supports digestion, and boosts the immune system. This further enhances the value of a bird that may seem ordinary, but actually brings remarkable benefits. Today, with growing consumer demand, pigeon farming has expanded from small household operations into specialized farms. Pigeons not only provide high-quality food for daily meals, but have also become a commercially viable product, making a meaningful contribution to the modern poultry industry. Pigeons are considered one of the poultry species with steady and consistent reproductive ability. On average, a healthy pair of pigeons can produce 6 to 8 squabs per month. This is why pigeon farming is regarded as highly profitable, with the flock able to multiply in a short amount of time. The incubation process can take place through 2 methods: natural incubation and artificial incubation. With the traditional method, the parent birds directly incubate the eggs for about 16 to 18 days. The hatch rate is usually stable, but productivity is limited by the small number of eggs and the length of the incubation period. In contrast, artificial incubation with incubator machines allows precise control of temperature and humidity while handling a large number of eggs at the same time. For this reason, large-scale farms often prioritize artificial incubation to boost productivity and standardize production. Nutrition plays a crucial role in pigeon farming. Their diet mainly consists of grains such as corn, mung beans, brown rice, and wheat. In addition, many farms now supplement with specialized pellet feed containing vitamins and minerals to strengthen immunity, support reproduction, and improve meat quality. Clean water must always be provided in sufficient amounts, because even a short period without water can significantly reduce their reproductive performance. The combination of scientific farming practices, proper nutrition, and the right incubation method has enabled pigeon farming to grow sustainably. This has become the foundation for farmers to supply the market with nutritious food while also optimizing long-term economic efficiency. In commercial pigeon farming, the most important harvesting stage is when the squabs are between 25 and 30 days old, which is about 3 to 4 weeks. At this point, they reach an average weight of 0.9 to 1.3 pounds, which is about 400 to 600 grams. Their meat is tender, low in connective tissue, and highly nutritious. After this stage, the meat usually becomes tougher, losing both flavor and economic value. The processing procedure is carried out in a closed production line to ensure food safety. After harvest, the pigeons are slaughtered under hygienic conditions, followed by feather and organ removal. The meat is then rinsed through a water treatment system that meets safety standards before being sorted by weight. Depending on market demand, the products can be packaged as whole birds or in portions. Packaging is vacuum sealed or cold stored to maintain freshness during transportation and distribution. Currently, there are 2 popular pigeon farming models: free-range and industrial confinement. With the free-range model, pigeons are raised in wide spaces and fed in a way that is closer to their natural environment. Their meat is typically more flavorful, firmer, and highly valued by consumers. However, productivity and output are limited, making it difficult to meet large-scale market demand. In contrast, the industrial confinement model allows strict control of the farming process, shortens the time to market, and ensures stable production throughout the year. Its drawback is that the meat quality sometimes lacks the distinctive flavor of free-range pigeons. This contrast reflects the 2 development directions of pigeon farming. One emphasizes traditional quality, while the other focuses on industrial-scale output. Both approaches have their own place, depending on consumer demand and market segmentation. Beyond their nutritional and economic value in farming, pigeons are also closely tied to many cultural and sporting aspects around the world. In many countries across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, pigeon racing has become a centuries-old tradition. These races are not only a form of entertainment, but also community events that attract breeders, bird enthusiasts, and spectators alike. In competitions, pigeons are trained to memorize flight routes and rely on their natural homing ability, allowing them to travel hundreds or even thousands of miles, which is about hundreds or thousands of kilometers, to return to their loft. With an average speed ranging from 37 to 62 miles per hour, or about 60 to 100 kilometers per hour, these pigeons demonstrate remarkable endurance, enough to make them competitive athletes in specialized sporting events across many nations. The economic value of racing pigeons is significant. Some prize-winning birds in international competitions can be bought and sold for tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of US dollars. In particular, Belgium, the Netherlands, and China have developed entire industries around racing pigeons, including breeding, training, competitions, and international trade. Many rare and exotic breeds are also exchanged worldwide, creating a commercial market worth billions of dollars every year. Beyond sports, pigeons are also linked to cultural traditions. In many countries, releasing pigeons at major events, from traditional festivals to religious ceremonies, is seen as a symbol of peace, freedom, and unity. This practice strengthens the pigeon's unique role in spiritual life, alongside its economic and culinary value. It is clear that on a global scale, pigeons provide more than just food. They are also a cultural and sporting symbol. The combination of both material and spiritual value has made pigeons an important part of many civilizations and modern industries. From small birds that have lived alongside humans for thousands of years, quails and pigeons have grown into the foundation of a global industry worth billions of dollars. They not only provide highly nutritious food, but also open new directions, from breeding and commercial processing to cultural and sporting value. The lesson is clear. To achieve success, we need perseverance, a spirit of learning, and the ability to apply science and technology. These are the very factors that will help agriculture not only survive, but also thrive sustainably in the future. And if you are looking for an agricultural model to start your own business in your hometown, or even if you are currently unemployed and searching for a stable job, raising quails or pigeons could be an option worth considering. It is not only a way to make a living, but also a potential first step toward building a long-term career. If you found this content useful, please click like, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel so you can continue joining us on upcoming journeys to explore agriculture, culture, and cuisine.